Hey there, it's Pete with GCI Turf. Hope you're having a great day today. And you can see I got me a new mower. I'm excited about it. I'm gonna mow the yard today with it for the first time. A couple of things I need to check on it to make sure they're kind of going along with what I'm trying to do with the yard. And I never take a new mower and just trust it right out of the box, for lack of better words. So I'm going to check some settings on it, mainly the mowing height, and make sure that it's you know, the actual blade height is the same as what it tells me on the settings, because so many mowers, especially the mowers that a lot of DIY homeowners will pick up at Lowe's or Home Depot, the garden style tractor like mowers, and they say setting 5 or setting 6 or whatever it may be, and in the person's mind they are thinking they're mowing it whatever that number is as it relates to an inch, right? So if it's on setting number 4, in their mind they're thinking they're mowing it 4 inches, but that is totally and completely not true. Cannot tell you the dozens and dozens and dozens of times I've went to a client's yard, met with them, and we've had a trouble with, you know, maybe the turf stressing out in the summertime because it's being cut too short, and we would check the mower and it would be on settings 4 or 5 or 6, and the thing's cutting at 2.5 inches. So I've got personal experience with that multiple times. So always check your blade height off the ground before you just go out there and start mowing. Don't trust the setting on the sticker they put on the handle that raises the deck up and down. Don't trust it. Now my guys have we've pretty much converted over to all Wright mowers. Look at here, that's right here is new, isn't it? See if I can get that off. There we go. We've used Exmark for years and years, 18 years almost, and in no way, shape, or form am I trying to throw them under the bus. They have paid my bills for a very long time and allowed me to do an exceptional job on our client's yard. So I'm a huge fan of Exmark, okay? But you hear me refer to them and the Wright simply because these are honestly the only 2 commercial mowers I've ever owned. I started with Exmark, used them for 17, 18 years. A buddy of mine who's also a dealer for Wright, he brought a Wright ZK over to the house one day, said, "Here, mow with it." I pretty much said, "No, I'm not going to," and he kept on, and I got on it, and it was different. So basically I've switched over my entire mowing fleet to the Wright mower. They're just good mowers. They're great mowers. So this isn't a plug for them. They don't pay me a dime to tell you that. I spend my money how I choose to spend it, and I thought it would be best that from a business standpoint, that it was time to make a switch, and we switched to the Wright. I've had nothing but good luck with them, and I decided to semi-retire my old Exmark walk behind. You know, I've mowed with that thing forever. It's a 2000 model, and it is a clean cutting machine. There's no telling how many hours is on it, and it's just a top-notch machine. But it was time to upgrade, and this is what I upgraded to. Now, one thing I am going is from a 48-inch cut to a 52-inch cut, so that should speed up my mowing time a little bit. This one's got a Kawasaki 23.5 horsepower motor on it. Plenty of horsepower. This thing is lacking in no way, shape, or form. One of the my favorite things about the Wright brand machines in general is their hydraulics and the way they function. The ZK has super tight hydraulics. I mean, You just barely touch the hydro and it moves. You have to feather it in a way. They're so sensitive, and me personally, I'm a hydraulics geek. I like that kind of thing. I like the super sensitivity, so I can tell the machine what I want it to do in fine detail. And the walk behind is the same way. The controls are up here on your handle, all the way back to park and brake, and then you choose your speed going up like that, and then you control the machine here with the two handles. And again, super sensitive hydraulics, and I absolutely love it. Now you can see right here, I've got my pin in the lowest position on this bar, which in turn gives me the highest blade position off the ground. So this is as high as the mower will physically cut. You can see when I pull it up, I have no more room there. It does have a little striping flap back here, and of course we'll end up putting a big league long roller on here, because you know how I am about those things. So when we come over here and look at the all of your settings, it's got 36 and 48 deck height, and then 52 and 61, and it's got them mapped out, and it says right here it goes up to 4.5 inches in the highest setting. So let's check it and let's confirm it. And when you're measuring this, you're going to measure it on a good flat surface, and you're going to measure it right here to the tip of the blade, the cutting edge, because that's where you're actually cutting the turf. And there you go. It is absolutely dead on 4.5 inches. That's pretty accurate. Good job, Wright. And here's a little disclaimer. I'm still working on my settings on my GoPros and trying to figure out this whole color thing, because I've just noticed in some past videos that the grass just don't look like it actually looks in real life. So over the course of the next 4 or 5 videos that I do, you're going to see the color changing in the videos, and that's simply because I'm messing around with the GoPro settings, trying to get it just right and get it dialed in. One thing I don't have a clue how to change the color when you're editing a video. I have to teach myself all that. I have no idea. But what I am trying to do is fine-tune my color in my video so that you get a realistic picture of what the yard actually looks like to the eye, and it matches up on the screen, whether you're watching on your phone or your computer or wherever. So don't be surprised if you see some different color type videos coming up in the near future. Now, you know, I recently did a little striping video on diamonds and crossing it up, checkerboarding the yard, and this is what it looked like the day that I mowed it. And right now we're about 4 or 5 days after that, and I'm gonna mow it again. And before I mow it, I want to show you what it looks like now. Now that the grass has kind of grown up a little bit, it still has the stripes in it, still looking pretty good. But once we mow it today, we're going to wash out all of that and start on a new pattern. And the main reason for that is I used to have a 48-inch deck, and now we're going to a 52-inch deck, so we'll, you know, have to start some new lines. So I think that turned out pretty good right there. Again, I'm not expecting the stripes to, you know, be glowing like a new penny or nothing like that. It's that once you change up that pattern, it's usually a couple mowings before they really get burned in good. But overall, I think I'm pretty tickled with my purchase. Again, we've got several of them, so I kind of know what I'm getting going into it. Now I know these videos kind of get repetitious, right? You kind of seeing the same thing over. He's mowing again, or he's doing that again, or whatever. But I've been preaching it since day one. A nice yard is all about repetition and consistency and being persistent and consistent and all those things, and doing step by step by step throughout the course of the year, doing the right things at the right time of the year, all that kind of jazz. That's why I made those lawn care guides. So many people were asking me, well, how do you do this? How do you do that? What's the secret? What's the tricks? How do you make your yard look like that? So we've got those lawn care guides on the website, and they're step by step by step by step. Tells you everything you need to know, everything you need to do. Now, one thing I can say is in 2021, we're gonna have a major update on it. And anytime you get one of the lawn care guides, if we ever update it in the future, the update's free. You don't have to buy it a second time. You always get the updates or any adjustments or changes. It's always going to be free. And that is, as long as I'm doing this YouTube thing, that'll be the case, and I don't plan on going anywhere. Say, talk about repetition, I come up with something I think might be a little bit different. I'm going to go back here and start filming it now. It's going to be a video on how to use your entire mower deck. And I know that may not be a big deal to somebody, but on the commercial side of things, if you have a 52-inch deck and you're using 44 inches of it, that's a lot of time you're wasting. So I'm going to get back here and mow back here in the test plot and do some filming and show you how to use the entire width of the deck. That'll be in a different video. But hey, I appreciate you watching, and come on back, tell all your buddies, subscribe and all that cool stuff. I'll check you later.